You could give me $1 million and I still wouldn't know how to properly record an introduction to a video, so I'm just gonna go ahead, jump right into a lot of what the video is gonna be about, which is talking about any roster adjustments that were made during the season. We had a trade period process recently. We had a few moves, just 4 of them, but a decent amount of players moved, including, if you look at, say, on that 17th line right there, Bowser Jr., we had a captain swap. Didn't even realize we could do that until after it happened, but here we are. Just gonna do a quick recap of the standings after Week 7. This is before the All-Star game, so I'm not too sure how that's gonna go yet. And this is probably gonna go the weekend after, before next week. Looking at the standings right here, first place Calamari Crunch, 6-1, doing just 1 run better than Mario Bros. Plumbing and Co. And you got Fawful, LHH, Shoplifters, Five Guys, Lucky Go Toady, and the Tiny Copters sitting there at 1-6. Trades made. We had one, I don't know what day they were made, but we had a stadium switch. Tiny Copters were playing a lot of their games at Wario City Night. Very small stadium, maybe that's what led to them giving up 89 runs. I'm not going to blame it entirely on the stadium, but let's be real, that probably had a little bit to do with it. Maybe that also inflated their own run total, so we'll see how that goes. They're going to be playing at Bowser Jr.'s Playroom, that's where Fawful used to play. Fawful is now going to be moving to Wario City. Well, he's going to take that 4th best offense and see how it works in a much smaller environment. I don't really know if there's a real winner or loser. I don't think Fawful loses the trade, but I think Tiny Copters, just by virtue of moving on from Wario City, stand to benefit a lot from that. Another trade, this one between players, and this one actually involves what some people would consider to be a star player, Yellow Toad. LHH and Five Guys did a quick Koopa for Yellow Toad swap. I'm just gonna say right now, from the perspective of the LHH manager, it's gonna help a lot with the defense and not really much else. Kind of giving away a pretty good bat in Yellow Toad for one that's... Looking at the stats, I don't know where Koopa is. He's here somewhere. Oh yeah, Koopa. I mean, he's batting 182. So, I'm not really seeing it on the offensive point of view, but also 62 runs given up is a lot. For being 3-4, the only teams that have given up more are 1-6. We'll see how that goes, because it should help the defense. And then we had another one over here, which is essentially an entire outfield swap for the Tiny Copters. They had Paratroopa, Green Paratroopa, and Paragoomba. They're gone. Get them out of here. Send them over to Five Guys. 2 guys and Yellow Toad. Yellow Toad, Shy Guy, and Gray Shy Guy. Some would say the 2 best Shy Guys in the game. I don't know. It's marginal, after all, so there's not going to be too much improvement from one to the other. It's not like Yoshi where one is just a captain and therefore, in most cases, just better. Tiny Copter still has a chance to make it to the playoffs. It's the top 6, so as it stands right now, 5 guys would be making it. Toady and Tiny Copters wouldn't. Plenty of time left in the season. We're only halfway. I don't really have too many comments about this. I think it's an okay trade. It's not one where you can look at it and say, oh, this is a horrible deal for one side or the other. So that one's going to go into effect starting week 8. And then over here, Fawful, 5 guys swung another trade. This is the captain swap. Fawful is going to be getting Bowser, Paratroopa, and Paragoomba. And 5 guys is going to get Green Dry Bones, Red Koopa, and Bowser Jr. I don't know if this hurts 5 guys, but I feel like it helps out Fawful a lot. There's not really a shortage of power to begin with, and then you're adding Bowser. While, mind you, Wario City Night, that's kind of a scary team, to be real. That's a good improvement, especially considering the new stadium you're going to be playing at. Here's a final look at all of the teams we got here. Fawful, Calamari Crunch, Mario Bros. LHH, they got the trade, they're adding the Koopa in here. You can see the new improvements. We actually have a couple of name changes. You might have noticed as I was talking earlier, Five Guys actually traded 2 Shy Guys. So they're no longer 5 Guys, they're in fact the 3 Guys now. We haven't named them as well. Look forward to that in round 8. And then Tiny Copters are changing from that to, I don't know whether to say small or SMOL. And that's going to be, they're going to have the same logo, but the name's going to be different. It's going to help me a lot when I'm making the titles, just because I have more characters to work with. So in case you get confused, seeing that there's just an entirely different team, don't worry. It's just the old Tiny Copters. You got Toady and Shoplifters. They did not make any trades during the period. And here's the new stadium look. Warrior City, that's going to be Fawful, Calamari Crunch, Calamari, sticking with Yoshi. Mario Bros is going to stay at the stadium, or the mansion, sorry. DK Jungle, LHH, everything the same. Again, only the one swap. I don't know if I should make predictions here. I think as far as who's in, who's out, it's going to stay pretty much the same. There's probably going to be a change in the seeding, but I don't think anything is crazy enough to shoot somebody in or out of a playoff position. Time will tell. We have like 2 months left. So I kind of look forward to that. It's kind of a short video. I didn't really feel like talking for longer than I had to. But that's your deadline recap right there. Bye.